time for weekly wrap up number 18, I think. And I've got 3 layouts to share today, plus my counterfeit kit. I taped it like on Monday because I've already used it to make some Mother's Day cards, and I already had to mail those. So I have a picture of the card fronts, and I'll have a little process video for them at some point. I also posted the process video already for this layout on Monday, so I'll put it there. And there will be process videos coming for the other 2 as well. But if you don't want to watch the process video, here's the rundown. So this is Echo Park Selfie and mixed in with a little bit of Love Elsie. These were when my daughter's messing around with a cartoon filter, and I ended up not wanting these on the main layout, so I just stuck them on the back. And I noted that there were more pictures on the back. So I use top loading page protectors, so if anybody wants to, they can easily pull it out and look at the back, or I may not put another layout on the back. I haven't decided yet. So to help these 2 papers go together, I outlined some words on this pattern paper because the Love Elsie paper was outlined in black. And I also fussy cut some elements from the Love Elsie paper, and I use those as the basis of my embellishment clusters. Okay, so that's, oh, and my favorite touch are the little googly eyes for the title. Yeah, that's my favorite part of, besides the obviously cute picture of my daughter, that's the favorite scrapbooking part of that for me. Okay. All right, next one. This one, I will have a process video for this one coming on Monday. This is some older authentique paper with, oh, now I'm going to completely forget. I don't know if this is Simple Stories. I can't remember. But again, kind of an older paper with the newer paper. This was just a scrap. At first, I thought that the cream and the white was going to bug me, but it really didn't. And so I just went with it. I just let it go. And I went with it. I kept this very simple. I just embellished with some cut apart cards and enamel dots and some stickers. Very, very simple. Got the point across, right? All right, and my last layout for this week was another 8.5 by 11. If you're tired of seeing 8.5 by 11s, by the way, I will have some 12 by 12s coming up. So just know that I'm not going away from 12 by 12s forever and completely. I am going through a lot of 8.5 by 11s right now, but that's just the phase that I'm in. And there will always be plenty of 8.5 by 11s, but I'm not completely turning my back on 12 by 12s. Just a little programming note. Okay, so this was some Simple Stories. And I believe this was like a My Mind's Eye pad that was based on a collection that they had at some point. And on this one, I really was going for quick and easy. So I just layered some scraps that had the colors that I was seeing or feeling in the photo. This was focusing on how thoughtful my son was. And so that's what the #1 Cool Kid's about. And then I picked little word stickers that kind of either matched the theme, like Live Life in High Resolution was kind of funny because this is Minecraft and it's obviously very low resolution. Of note was this chipboard piece that I altered to better coordinate, and I will go over all that in the process video that will come up in a couple weeks. And then I have to show you this. My daughter gave this to me today. She came home from school and was really excited to show this to me. She made this for me at school. So it says Happy Mother's Day. And then she's like, I'm sorry, I forgot the C. And I don't know what the C would have been, but this was supposed to be, yeah, scrapbooking. And then each word, I think, what are these called? An acrostic. Each word was supposed to be an adjective about me. And it was just so sweet. It was just completely sweet and kind of hilarious that she immediately thought of scrapbooking. And then she got some like artsy hearts to decorate it with. I just loved it. So had to share that. All right, so the next part of this video is the counterfeit kit and pictures of the cards. So, and then I'll come back and I'll say bye. This is a very, very small kit. It's a mini kit. And one of my scrapbooking friends mentioned that she thought I was good at putting kits together. And I gotta say, they're fun. I like them, but I've made so many kits and I've shown them even on my channel on the weekly wrap up, but I have a hard time using them. I have a hard time using them to any sort of completion or even just putting them away if I'm done with them. So I adore counterfeiting kits. I adore the Counterfeit Kit Challenge. I think it's just the best thing ever because I love the stash diving and I love how it's frugal and I love how it's environmentally friendly because it's not, you know, encouraging overconsumption or anything like that. I love all those things, but man, I'm just really bad about using up my kits. And with the counterfeit stuff specifically, I really, really like to try to recreate absolutely every element. That's like my favorite part. It's just my favorite thing to do, I think, in the whole wide world. To analyze something, figure out how to recreate it, problem solve that, and then come out with a cool looking thing at the end. It's just the best. I adore it. I just don't have time to then... Well, I don't have time to even do that in the first place for absolutely every bit, for absolutely every month. And then I don't have time to produce a bunch of stuff with it and use it up. So I have struggled with my counterfeit kits in the past. So the approach I used this month was that I created a very small kit, a mini kit, and I created it for a very specific purpose. These are to make Mother's Day cards with. And I'm also hoping to make one page, and that's it. That's all I'm hoping to do. So again, I made it very, 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 very small. All right, so I'll start with like the basics. The first thing was some neutral cardstock. This was based on a Bo Bunny kit, the double dot, and they had 2 full sheets, I believe, 2 full 12 by 12s of everything. Since I'm scrapping mostly 8.5 by 11, plus I want to just use these as cards. I did throw in 2 sheets of the pink and yellow colors, but just only 1 sheet of this really pretty turquoise. The Bo Bunny had a navy, but this goes with one of the papers that I pulled. So those are the cardstocks that I pulled. Then for the papers, there's a lot of butterflies in this kit, and a lot of florals. And so I went into my floral pattern paper themed pocket, and this went well, I thought, with this kit, and it mirrored some of the paper that was in this kit, but it had this really gorgeous kind of turquoise foil. I love that. So that's why I went with the turquoise cardstock, because it's a perfect match. And what I especially love about this paper is the opportunity to fussy cut. I thought that I could pull a lot of different color palettes from this one sheet of paper. So the kit had some red and some pink and some yellow and kind of some craft, some more neutral. And all of that is present in this paper. Plus there's a nice neutral on the back side, just a black and white stripe. But I don't know, these are such gorgeous butterflies. I'm gonna have a hard time not using all the butterflies, I think. So I'm envisioning for my Mother's Day cards, I'm envisioning like shabby chic or at least very layered, dimensional cards. So I'm gonna be using a lot of depth. I'm planning on having layers of cardstock and layers of butterflies and flowers. So I have lots of opportunities for butterflies here in a variety of sizes, so I could stack them if I wanted to, or do something different with them. Then there is a red floral paper. It just kind of has a geometric neutral on the back side. This is from Glitz. And it has kind of a red rose pattern. And I thought it went nicely with some of the red butterflies. They would stack well. And then this is the page I'm hoping to use for an actual scrapbook page. It has a nice neutral on the back as well. However, I could use either side on this one, honestly. I think they're both beautiful. But since kind of the focus on this theme, the focus of the theme of this kit has been butterflies, I think I'd like to use the butterfly one. But I'll be honest, I don't have my picture picked out yet. So who knows? But this is the page I'm thinking will be for a scrapbook layout. But you know what? Maybe not, because this would be pretty on a card too. So leaving my options open. How about that? Okay, so then for like the fun stuff, the embellishments, I pulled this. It's been in my stash for several months now. I got it on clearance at an LSS, and I keep thinking I'm gonna put them on some lush, amazing, elegant page, and it's not happening. So I'd rather, since I'm planning on making these Mother's Day cards very, what's the word? Very detailed, very extravagant. I want them to be able to display the cards. I figured this is a fine use for these. All right. And then again, it's kind of a butterfly theme, and I'm wanting to have lots of layers. So I pulled out this new to me Sizzix die set. It's not this large, it's this size. So you can stack it up with all the different layers and have different colors and more depth. So I thought I'm gonna have a lot of opportunities for butterflies, but I thought this would be pretty with different vellum and gold layers maybe. Haven't decided yet. This is another die that I have never gotten to use, and it's just like a little flood of butterflies coming up. And I thought it would be another nice layering piece, especially if I'm stacking some fussy cut butterflies kind of on top or interspersed with it. And then I pulled a couple of dies just for making layers. Yeah, I thought I might want a layering piece that's a little more frou-frou. So I'm going to throw that in there too, because I can use this or this piece, and I can place it either way. Use it as a pocket, which I think is the original intent on that die. There were also some really beautiful yellow flowers, some really dimensional yellow Prima type layered paper flowers, big, almost cabbage roses. So I got in my stash and pulled out some yellow flowers I have. I have a couple that I stacked up and pre-made, but then I've also got just some loose flowers, some of the older Heidi Swap sunflowers. Thought those would be pretty to layer. And again, it goes really well with some of the butterflies. So that'll be a really cheerful card, I thought. Again, I'm wanting it to be really, oh, whoops. There's a couple other small flowers that just kind of went with the color scheme. Then these, I'm actually intending to use these as leaves. I just cut out a couple petals and tuck them underneath a flower, and they make cute little leaves like that. So I'm throwing those in there for that. Again, I wanted it really lush, so I'm hoping to use lots of trims and ribbons, so I threw a few in of those as well. I mentioned I'm wanting to make Mother's Day cards with these. So I've had a really hard time using these letters. They're from K & Company from seriously over a decade ago, maybe 15 years ago. They're beautiful, but I just have really struggled using them or something. So I have those letters, and you know, on their own, they don't feel like they go with this kit, but there's going to be lots of layers. I pulled out all kinds of stuff to layer with and to build with. So I've got lots of little notebook or notepad bits and pieces, little journaling spot type pieces, some floral ephemera type pieces, a lot of these little decorative mini doily type spots in a lot of different colors. So I think I'm sure to find something in this combination of things. And then one of the things that jumped out to me in the kit that was being counterfeited was these letters that were very similar to this that spelled out love. So I bought these, again, definitely 20 years ago. Is that possible? No, maybe 15. And I think they're supposed to be ribbon sliders. So when I bought these, they were like making memories, ribbon charms or something. And it was back when metal was really big and ribbon was really big. And I've never used any of them, I don't think. If I have, it's not been very many. Anyway, that's how they're supposed to kind of go. I don't know if that's what I'm going to do, but I mean, they're like little clips. They could also just clip on, you know, to a piece of paper or ephemera or something like that. So I don't know yet how I'm going to use them, but it was the perfect opportunity because they were very, very similar to the letters that spelled out love in the original kit. And then, of course, some rhinestones because I can't do anything without rhinestones, I'm pretty sure. So again, it's a small kit, but it is put together for a very specific purpose. So I'm hoping that that means it will be a little easier for me to actually use it. One can always hope, right? One can always hope. So I'm hoping that I will have these ready to be mailed out by Wednesday. That was the other thing. Like, I'm giving myself a deadline. I'm giving myself a close deadline so that I have to just do this. I have to just jump in, not think too much, just get her done. All right, guys, so that's my kit. It's small but mighty, right? I'm hoping that since I'm on a deadline with Mother's Day coming up, I'll get it done. I'm really excited that I get to play along with the Counterfeit Kit Challenge this month, and I'm excited to see what cards I make. So, all right. I hope if you're playing along with the Counterfeit Kit Challenge, you will leave a comment down below and let me know, because I'd love to come check out your video or blog post or anything where you're sharing. So here's a really quick overview of the card fronts. I did mount these on pretty large cards, like they were 8.5 by 11s folded in half. And then I mailed them in padded envelopes. But I'll go into a little more detail when I do the process video. So yeah, that's everything. So thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, then please consider liking or subscribing. And I hope you have a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you on Monday with another process video. All right, bye.